Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Markets and Matchups. We're joined with a very special guest today, Nathan.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome. We're going to kick off with a quick wrap of the markets and then jump into footy. Okay, let's start off with a quick wrap of the markets. US markets posted mixed returns over the past few sessions as soft economic data, falling treasury yields, and anticipation around Nvidia's upcoming earnings shaped investor sentiment. Rate-sensitive sectors like real estate and utilities have been the biggest gainers over the week, as markets have grown increasingly confident that the Federal Reserve will cut rates twice this year, after last week's benign inflation print and weaker than expected retail sales. This drove Treasury yields lower, with the 10-year yield dropping around 10 basis points since Thursday. The ASX 200 had its longest winning streak since August, broken on Monday, snapping a 6-day rally, with resources being put under pressure from weaker commodity prices. Now jumping into commodities, iron ore retreated 2.3% to $99.5 a tonne, pressured by weak Chinese steel demand and high port inventories. Copper fell 1.8% to $9,310 a tonne, reflecting a stronger US dollar and fragile global manufacturing data. Gold climbed back above 3,600 Australian dollars an ounce, gaining 1.7% as the Aussie dollar weakened.
Now jumping into the footy, let's start with this week's wins and losses. Starting off with Parramatta versus the Knights at Newcastle.
Yes, I tipped the Knights. I really thought the Knights would win. I need back Para for once.
I tipped Para. They let me down last time, but Knights' form has been shocking, and they're just win-loss, and Mitchell Moses, Zach Lomax.
So Knights, they're a bit hot and cold at the moment.
They're just cold in general. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them go good yet. Like, it's just, I don't know, that club, they're gonna get a win.
Para won. That's good. A point for the West.
Yes. Bulldogs and Roosters.
Bulldogs winning, of course. My favorite team.
Bulldogs they're just too good at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how you can go into halftime losing back-to-back weeks and then come out on top in the second half. Like, that's just not me.
Yeah, for sure. Who's your favourite Bulldog player?
I like Bronson Sherry.
Yeah, same.
I like how he's made his comeback. I like Critter.
Yeah,
I just like a lot
Critter.
of their players.
I feel like Critter's made a huge difference with the club as well.
I like how their whole team just plays together. But, that game, every time they play, it's just a really good game to watch. Hasn't been a letdown since, so...
For sure. Okay, Manly versus the Cowboys. Did you watch that game?
Yes, I did. I was very nervous. Cowboys looked like they were going to be a tough side to beat. And then Manly just, I don't know, they just came away with it. Tommy Turbo didn't play the best. I don't know. I feel like it was a very scrappy game, but...
I didn't watch it, but it sounds like it was a bit of a good game.
That was my roughie of the week, actually. Manly to beat Cowboys up at Townsville. And they did it.
And they took away the win.
And another game that was an upset, Dragons versus Brisbane.
Yeah. Who did you tip?
I picked Broncos. I thought Broncos were going to win.
As well.
It looked, as I left, as I was at home watching the game, like they were up a heap of points, and Dragons had someone in the bin. So, and then I went to work and I'm seeing Dragons just won by 4 points at the end of the game, and I'm just like...
I know. And Sharks Melbourne?
Yeah, that was a very entertaining
That was a good game. I really enjoyed it. Who did you tip?
Melbourne.
I tipped the Sharks, and I'm happy I tipped the Sharks.
I was
they played
gonna
really
tip the
well.
Sharks, but it's against Melbourne. Usually don't lose. Like,
I know,
too many
but
games
Sharks
in a
are
row.
actually doing really well this year.
I think just the whole comp in general is doing really well.
Yeah.
Like everyone's
People that
having
have
a
never
fair
been
go.
at the top before.
I mean, Warriors, Canberra, top 4.
I
Like
know.
it's weird Bulldogs. Like it's
Panthers down at the bottom.
Penrith. Yeah, everyone's everywhere at the moment.
Yes. Okay, another really good game. Raiders, Titans.
Yeah, picked Raiders.
Someone scored a hat trick. Who scored the hat trick? Xavier Savage.
Did he?
Yeah, he scored his first ever hat trick.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Crazy. It was actually a really good game. Obviously, we all knew Raiders were going to win. Titans haven't been playing the best, but...
I thought Titans would have maybe had a bit of a chance. At the start, it looks like the Titans were going to win.
He just wants to go against me.
No,
Raiders
the
are doing
Titans
really
looked
well.
pretty good at the start, and then I think Canberra just didn't want to lose like they did last week at home.
Yeah.
I was hoping they didn't, and they won, which is good. But
yes.
yeah, good game. 40-24 final score. Raiders just doing
They're
it.
bouncing back. It's really good.
And then to wrap up the week, Tigers fall short.
That's your team,
Campbelltown
isn't it?
Stadium. We've got a curse at that stadium.
Yeah.
It just...
When was the last time you won at Campbelltown? Like ages ago.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. Not great.
We
Nathan's
have
team is Tigers.
We
so
don't
it's
have a
bit of
good
sore
track
spot.
record at Campbelltown Stadium. Look, we had the game in the bag and just couldn't put the ball down, which is a bit upsetting.
But 22-10, not the worst.
Look, it was close. Rainy conditions. I really thought we had it. I changed my tip from Rabbitohs to Tigers, actually. Yep, last minute.
You need to stop doing that. It bites you every
Yeah,
time.
I know. It cost me a tip, but it
Yeah.
is what it is.
Okay, any standout players this round, Nathan?
Yeah, I've got a couple. I've got Terrell May, you know.
You love Terrell May, don't you?
Bit of controversy with the Origin
Yes.
selection, but I feel
Yes.
like still he's being an absolute machine at the moment for the West Tigers. 63 tackles, 0 misses. I think about 4 offloads or something.
Okay, Luke Metcalf also played really well in the Wars.
Oh,
Chris
mate.
loves him.
Mate, that kid is something else for the Warriors. He took full control of that game and really put it in the bag for the Warriors. I feel like if he didn't step up, that would have been another close game that they lost. But yeah, stepping up in those like pressure moments and not folding. And I think I'm pretty sure at the moment he's jumped to number 1 on the Daily M leaderboard.
Really?
So yeah, that's how
Wow.
good he's been playing. He's pretty in form. Hopefully he can keep it
Yeah.
up.
Okay, so I don't have a favourite standout player from this round. Nothing really stood out to me. So do you have a third? Who was your favourite?
I mean, third option, another Origin snub, in my opinion. Keon from the Rabbitohs.
Played well?
Just played out of his skin. I think he ran for over 300 meters. I think the last person to do that was Jason Tamalolo back in the heyday. Like he's played an
Back in the
amazing
heyday.
game. Yeah, I think you reckon? I reckon he's a pretty good player.
Yeah, for sure.
I think since moving him from second row to prop, he's just been playing
Yeah.
amazing.
He's
I think
really
that
come
was a
into it.
very good statement game. I'm hoping some of these lads that missed out can, get repicked.
So
during the
if
year.
they weren't in the first game, they could be in the second game, or no? That's just the team list
Yeah,
for whole
yeah,
Origin.
no. So you have players that get picked for the first game, and tactics don't work, or people
Yeah.
get dropped injuries, or like
So then
I've-
other people could.
yeah. So other people can get picked for game 2, even game 3 in the latest game. Like if it can be decided or it doesn't matter, they can pick anyone they
Because I
want.
saw Mitchell Moses wasn't in the first game.
No, he wasn't. That's why they picked him. I think last year in the second and third game. Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's still hope for some people.
Yeah, no, there's still hope. I just feel like with Suncorp playing up at Queensland,
Yeah.
they want more of an experienced side. That's what I'm going for. And
Oh.
like they did win last year, so I don't think they
Yeah.
want to break apart a team that's won.
For
Doesn't
sure.
make sense.
So was Mitchell Moses not in the first game last year either?
No, pretty sure Nathan Cleary was. Don't quote me on that. I'm like 90% sure
I
he
think
was.
so.
And then Mitchell Moses came in for game 2 and game 3 and helped us. win
Okay,
the
so we'll
series.
see.
Yes. Upcoming games this week. Who are you picking for Doggies Dolphins?
Oh, silly question. Doggies,
Doggies?
obviously. Doggies through and through. They're playing so well. I love Critter. As I said, I love Bronson Cherry. I think they're all playing really well. But Karaz is out with a
he's
injury.
injured.
Yeah.
Oh.
So who knows? He played really well last game. Will it be the same when he's not there?
See,
We
I
don't know. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. There's a few buys this week as well. So there's only about 5 games.
Yeah, I think
Any other
there's-
games you're looking forward to?
Yeah, Warriors Raiders
That's going to be a really good game.
in Canberra.
I was doing my tips and I didn't know who to pick.
Yeah, it's another
Yeah.
another
Because
coin
Warriors
toss.
have had last 5 games all wins. Raiders have only won 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's tricky. I did end up back in the Warriors because I'm loyal to Chris and the Warriors and whatnot. I'm really sticking with that.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling Raiders might surprise us.
I'm just gonna say up the wires. I back the boys here again. They haven't let me down this year when
good.
I've
So we're
tipped
back
them.
in the Wars.
And it feels weird to say Warriors in Canberra is like a top 4
know,
table
what's going
clash
on?
in round.
What's going on?
That just feels very weird to roll off my tongue.
Who do you reckon is going to be our grand final this year?
Oh, man,
I reckon
can't
Bulldogs, Warriors.
even.
I'm calling it now.
I can't even tell you who's going to be in the bottom 4. Like it's
Yeah.
changing every week.
Yeah.
If you look at the table, like from like 10th to 8th,
Yeah,
everyone's got the same amount of points. It's
That's
very
true.
weird.
it's actually very confusing, even
It's a
with
very
tips.
confusing game.
Remember how you got 1 out of 8 last week? And you only got the 1 because it was a draw. Anyways, he doesn't
Everyone
want to talk
has a
about
rough week.
Yeah.
Right? I bounced back and got 6 this week, so that's all that matters.
Exactly. Okay, any other games you're looking forward to? Eels, Manly. I reckon Eels. I'm loyal to the West, though.
Eagles, Manly.
I
I
don't
know.
like Eagles.
I think Manly should
I
be
think
able
they're
to
a
pull
boring
through.
team.
Oh, it depends if Origin buy because all the players will be out because of camp.
Well, they're still playing. They don't have a bye, but yeah,
No, I'm saying like they won't.
they
Play.
won't perform as good.
They won't play because they're in training camp.
How
The
many
Origin
of them are in
players.
training camp?
Moses is in training camp. Zach Lomax is in training camp.
Okay, so Eels might be really shocking.
Maybe. I mean, Manly only lose DCE. That's it.
I don't like him that
Everyone
much.
else is playing still, so that should be a fun game. And I'm pretty sure we got.
Yeah, but that means that Eagles might win. Should I change my tips, do you reckon?
don't change your tips. If you
Yeah,
pick
you
the
gotta back
team, always
yourself.
stick with
You
it.
gotta
Never
back
change
yourself.
it. It never works out. I think then we got Penrith Knights. Who you got there?
Penrith, obviously.
Penrith.
I'll back Penrith every week until the end of it.
They got a lot of players out.
Yeah, they do actually. All of our good players.
They could have a lot of players out.
Well, for the team, the first game of State of Origin,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they've got Cleary, Yo.
they
Martin,
have Brian.
Toller's out.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
like four-
So maybe I
four
need to
big
really change my
players.
tips. I need to go back and have a look.
I mean, this is the perfect chance to get a perfect, easy
yeah,
round.
I used my joker this round.
This round. No, that's smart.
I think
'Cause
so.
if you
There's
get
only 5 games.
5 out of 5, and
Yeah.
then you get a perfect round.
Yeah.
You know, it could work
So
out.
for anyone in our BBC footy tipping comp,
So the pressure-
maybe use your joker.
The pressure is on Scarlett to get a perfect round.
I reckon I could. I'm coming second in the mini comp.
Because if you don't get a perfect round with your joker round,
Yeah.
like
Okay, no, you've had it here first. I'm going to go back, look at my tips, get a perfect round, beat you.
should we do tip versus tip? Who gets the most?
Yeah.
Put our tips in. Tell the camera who we're tipping and see who gets
Okay,
the most.
I'll tell you. I'm tipping Penrith. I'm tipping Warriors. I'm tipping Eels. Tipping Bulldogs. And there's one more team. Roosters, Sharks. I'm backing Sharks. Okay, so who are you going to back then?
So I'm gonna back, and I'll advise everyone to take my tips. Bulldogs, and then I'm gonna pick Manly, Penrith, Sharks, and up the wires. I'm gonna pick the Warriors. I feel like when the boys are on a hot streak, they go far.
That was all of my tips apart from Eagles.
Go
I'm
again.
backing Eels. You're backing who?
I'm gonna back Manly,
Okay.
and we'll put a little wager on.
Yeah. A coffee? An oat mocha. Large.
Loser buys coffee.
Okay, deal. You heard it here first. I'm gonna win because he got 1 out of 8 in his tips. It's just as hard
Okay.
to lose all of them than to win. So well done, actually. You're doing great. I wouldn't take any tips recommendations from him because he's not doing so well.
You know, I'd just like to say, as you can see from the NRL season, everyone has a rough start, but it's how you finish. So
Okay. Well,
I'm just getting the rust off
when
my
I come
shoulders.
first on our leaderboard at the end, let's
Yeah,
remember
we'll
this
see.
moment.
It's just a bit of beginner's luck.
Oh, okay.
Beginner's luck.
Okay, looking at the leaderboard for our tips. Coming first, we have B. Mullins. Congratulations. Coming second, I'm very, very proud to say Chris is coming second in our external tipping comp. Well done, Chris. You're beating Red Gilly, who's coming third, and Ape, who's coming fourth. Well done, everybody. Don't forget to get your tips in for this round. As we said, it's a good round to get. Yeah.
Good potential to get a perfect round.
Yeah, you can use your joker. You can listen to my tips, not Nathan's. And you might get all points.
If you listen to mine,
No.
you'll get a perfect round.
No.
Pick Manly. That's it for this week's Markets and Matchups.
Thank you for joining us, Nathan, and thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Don't forget to get your tips in. There is a grand prize on the line, which is the NRL Las Vegas experience for round 1 next year, and there's a voucher for the mini comps. So you got to be in it to win it, and we'll see you next week.